She was drunk and he penetrated her.
Oh, come on. He being a child, though, a child.
What's good, everyone? This your main correspondent, Alan Taylor, and I'm back in the broadcast room yet again with another one. So, as y'all could all see, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're definitely right here on the Lead Attorney's channel. Shout out to him, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to him.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
Hey, you know, hey. So, you know, we're talking about this situation here with, you know, of course, I'm pretty sure if you haven't heard, but, you know, maybe you're hearing it now. This 31-year-old woman, she's had intimacy with the 13-year-old male child. And, you know, she's also, you know, pregnant by this male child. And, yeah, of course, this is a problem. This is a huge fucking problem.
And what the French toast is there to think
Huge
about?
problem. You know, from the way it's looking, it seems like she's not gonna get jail time. She's not gonna do, you know, anything, you know, slap on the wrist. Like, you know, they slap it on the damn wrist. You know, Jesus Christ. All right, expert criminal defense attorney explains why 31-year-old woman who slept with a 13-year-old got no prison time. Hey, all this shit sad to me. This is ridiculous. That's still somebody's child, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, if this was a 13-year-old girl, I mean, you know, let's just keep it real out here. If the shoe was on the other foot. So, okay, let's go here. Yeah, let's put these quarters, nickels, and dimes in on the times.
Let's do this. Let's go through the article, because the article is going to shed a little bit more light on it. Let me just ask you this. Do you think she should get any jail time at all?
Jail time is different than prison time. So yes, I think that jail time may be appropriate. It doesn't necessarily rise to the level of prison time, okay? Prison time is different. Prison time is a different type of institution. They don't have a lot of alternative sentencing measures like we have in the jail system, the local system, such as work release, such as...
Let me ask you this. How much jail time should she get?
I'd like to know more about her criminal history, but let's say she has no prior criminal history whatsoever, and she's apparently now the mother of a 2-month-old infant. That all plays into it. Not only how much jail she does, but when she does it.
Hey.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
Okay, now we peeped out a few things here. Real quickly, we peeped out a few things here. My question here is, okay, what does that actually fucking matter? You know what I'm saying? Now this is the deal here. You know, due to the fact that she's a new mother and things like that, you know, she still did a crime. I mean, like, you know, I'm just saying we're too lenient on women, and you know, at the end of the day, it's really crippling our society.
What the French toast is there to think about?
Man, this shit is crippling the hell out of our society, people. Come on now, we know this is the truth. And then too, you know, what did the lead? I mean, hold on, let me go back. You know, because if this young lady, the difference between jail and prison time, now we all know that at the end of the day, if this had been a man doing something to a younger woman like that, prison time would be on the docket. No way, shape, form, no way around it. No way around it. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna play with him. They're not gonna play with it. They don't care what he got going on in his life. You know, you could have just won the lottery, whatever. You know, hey, man, y'all know me. Come on, man.
Guys, and listen, as crazy as what my man Arturo is saying, I promise you that the judge in this case...
Recordings just got better.
Hold on. Because he was about to just get into it, and that's just some real facts. The judge in the case.
The same things, which is why she got this no jail time sentence in the first place.
No, she hasn't been sentenced yet. Sentencing will be in May. All she's done is entered a guilty plea to a reduced charge, and that was by agreement of the district attorney. So remember, the district attorney made this deal, meaning it was in the best interest of the state and the victim to reduce these charges.
Well, theoretically, but we all know that deals are made that are not in the best interest of the state or the victims, and that the judges are there to kind of oversee, because I'm sure you have negotiated some deals that were so good that the judge was like, I'm not gonna sign off.
Hey.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
So, you know, she... Okay, hold on. So they have allowed her to take a lesser plea, you know, for which we all know, if the shoe was on the other foot, would be a heinous crime. A heinous crime. It would be appalling. You know, so, and you know, to really, you know, because the lead is really going to get into this. He's going to dive off into this thing here, man, and it's going to get very treacherous, the way that the outlook is. And when it comes to the court system and this particular type of situation, the outlook on this situation is, it should outrage you to overwhelming points.
Is there to think about?
To overwhelming points. Here we go. Let's keep going on this.
So just because the state and the defense reaches a deal does not mean that it's in the best interest of the state or the victim, right?
Remember, our criminal legal system is not a justice system, but it.
Oh, hey, let's stop right there and let's let that sink in. All right, say that again for the people, because what you just said was super profound. Say that again.
Our criminal legal system is not a justice system. What it is an adversarial system, meaning that our founding fathers, when they set up our legal system, they said, we think if both sides go at it and give it their best, and our adversaries like gladiators against each other, then all of the truth is going to come out and justice will be done. That's not the way they do it in other countries necessarily, but that's very unique to the United States.
This is interesting, guys. All right, I'm going to pull this article up and we're going to kind of go through it, because you can already see, and I know some of y'all in the chat are like, hey, you know what Arturo is saying is interesting. And some of y'all are like, man, he's on some bullshit. So we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. I do want to say that this is a man who handles heavy cases and has worked on both sides of the aisle, so to speak. But let me get to some questions as well. Swing Out Museum says, what kind of plea deal did she get? So we are going to jump on that. We're going to answer that question in a second. It looks like she pled guilty to incest.
Right.
Now, there's some facts in there that, you know, not to jump the gun.
Okay, hold up here.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
Now, from what we know so far about this situation, you know what I'm saying? If she pled guilty to incest, so obviously she... Okay, this is it's getting weird here. Hold on. So either she's some kin to the family, you know, in order to get the incest charge put on her, she has to be some kin to somebody. So now, oh my goodness, man, it's just even more weirder. But, you know, statistics show that, you know, for young children...
What the French toast is there to think about?
The way that they get got in situations like this is always by who's closest to them. And, you know, it is what it is. Let's go.
But let's just say that she started out being charged with one thing and she ended up pleading guilty to another. You know, maybe
99.9% of the time, that's how it happens.
Why is that? Why is it a person charged with one thing but then pleads guilty to another?
Because the charges initially are brought by the police, law enforcement. And to get ahead in the law enforcement game, you have to have experience. And when you get experience in basic little cases, it's not really counted as a stepping stone for you to rise up. But when you make big cases as a police officer, then you have more cachet, more respect. You get appreciation within your department. And when you go to write an application for a criminal arrest warrant the next time, you brag on yourself. You tell the judge, I've been a law enforcement officer for 10 years. I've executed over 1,000 felony arrests. So it's an incentive. It's in the best interest of the police officer to arrest and bring the highest charge you can bring. Same.
Okay.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
So y'all listening to what the man just said now, because he gave y'all the game. Real talk. It's in the police interest to bring the highest charges that they could bring to you. You know what I'm saying? In any type of case. In any type of case. So, you know, with the DA and all them making those backdoor ass deals and shit, you know what I'm saying? Which is causing, you know, a lot of situations to really just, you know, escape. And, you know, a lot of people not getting the justice, the just due that they're truly deserving if, you know, they're out here doing some real egregious shit like talking about. So, I mean, you know, hey, let's go.
It's true by the district attorneys and the solicitors or the prosecutors. Their game is raised by the more serious charges that they can bring, because then they can force pleas. What they've done here is they told this lady, look, we're going to charge you with child molestation and sexual assault against a person in your custody. And she was facing up to life in prison.
It's 680 with my code, right? Per meter.
All right, hold on here. So she was facing life in prison at one point, okay?
You know, she
with
was
that type of particular charge on her.
Penetrated her.
Oh, come on. He being a child, though, a child.
Hold on, I'm going to rewind that back because I know I was talking at that time. Sorry about that, you know. But here we go. Let's go here.
Oh, come on. He being a child.
Hold on, my bad.
You know, she was drunk and he penetrated her.
Oh, come on. He being a child, though, a child.
A child?
Hey.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
So now, at the end of the day, you're going to sit here and you're going to tell me that, okay, if this woman was in there drunk or whatever, okay, that at the end of the day, while this young man was in her custody, y'all gonna sit there and actually think that this woman didn't slip him or something too?
And what the French toast is there to think about?
See, they not gonna give the toxic report on the young man because he's still a minor. He's underage, so it's only so much information they can give about him. You know, cause hey, we barely got his name.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
Okay, hold on, let's go.
Great Scott! I know this is heavy.
So we barely got his name, you know, of course, you know, age and everything, but, you know, yeah, man. No, they not finna give you the toxicology report off a 13-year-old, you know, not publicly like that, you know. But, yeah, and that's the thing, though. So, yeah, she up in there, she done fixed this boy some drinks, got him amped up. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty she up in there showing him, you know, body parts that he only can see on fucking Instagram.
What the French toast is there to think about?
And he ain't seeing the whole nine because, yeah, they still got clothes on even though they barely have clothes on, man. You know, hey, you know, hey. I'm just saying. But, you know, she's showing him things and stuff, and you, man, come on, man. This still a 13-year-old. This still a 13-year-old young man. Come on now. Let's go here, though.
A child who is legally unable to give consent, but you wouldn't deny that a 13-year-old male is able to commit the offense of rape.
Hey, see, hold up. That's the twist. That's the twist in the game to make it seem lame.
What the French toast is there to think about?
So that's what they're doing in the courtroom, huh? You know what I'm saying, huh? They're sitting there turning the tables on the victim. So now, due to the fact that, only a male is capable of, graping, pulling out the grapevines and, you know what I'm saying, grape juice all over the place. Since only a male is, categorized with being that type of individual on this planet, it's just no way possible that, a woman could do anything to this level right here because she can't penetrate anything. But at the end of the day, though, if she chooses to, seduce someone that's underage and by law, legal law, cannot consent to you.
What the French toast is there to think about?
Hey, what, Kevin, what you say?
And what the French toast is there to think about?
I'm just saying. Let's go.
Correct.
So he is capable of the crime. And Colorado law, just like many other states, including Georgia, Colorado law says when you have intercourse with someone who is legally intoxicated, unable to give their own legal consent, then you have committed a grape.
Oh, do y'all see what he did? Oh, did y'all see what he did? See?
Oh.
These damn criminal defense attorneys. Listen to what he did, because I'll be honest, I didn't consider this. What he's saying is like, listen, guys, it was a plea deal. And in the vast majority of cases, there are plea deals. And one of the reasons that there are plea deals is because sometimes the state doesn't have enough evidence to actually get a win in a high percentage of certainty. So what they will do is that they'll plead it down so they don't necessarily have to go to trial and roll the dice. He's saying, well, what if
so they be rolling the dice?
Could be made that he was 13 and he actually raped her because she was drunk. And since she was drunk, maybe she couldn't give consent. So he actually took advantage of her.
Hold up.
And what the French toast is there to
So
think
now
about?
y'all see clearly how they would try to spin that in court. Basically what the lead is saying right here, basically what this gonna break down to is that, let's say they did go all the way to court. This is what the prosecutors are going to, the defense attorney is going to bring in on these factors right here. This young lady was intoxicated to where she basically couldn't speak up for herself. This young man was, in turns lusting after her. So yeah, you're gonna try to turn it around on him. Blaming the victim.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
But hold up. Don't that blaming the victim shit sound so familiar? Don't it sound so familiar? Somebody, I'm just asking a question here. Don't that blaming the victim shit sound so familiar? Yeah, let's get ready to wrap this up. Here we go.
Oh, these damn criminal defense attorneys, man.
That's the law, Lee. And for your listeners and your watchers, I want to remind people about the hurdles that the prosecution is expected to jump over. They have to prove their case beyond all reasonable doubt. That's a very, very high standard. The question is not, did she do it? The question is not, did she take advantage of him? She did. The question is not, should she be punished? She should. The question is, can the DA guarantee that they're going to convince 12 people who don't know anything about law that she is guilty of a crime? Because if they think she probably...
Oh, I think my man is lost in the matrix. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I think you're okay. I think your Wi-Fi was kind of going in and out. What's the last 15 seconds of what you just said?
I was just saying that the burden of proof for the prosecutor is very high. It's not good enough that they convince the jury that she probably did it. They have to prove that she did it, and there is no reasonable theory other than her guilt. It's a very, very high standard. And if they fall just short of that pole vault, no pun intended, then the law says you must acquit.
Interesting. So what my man is saying is that maybe this isn't such an open and shut case as it appears. Even though you have a 13-year-old boy who impregnated a 31-year-old woman who admitted to being drunk and doing it in her car where, the victim just couldn't give consent.
Yo.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
I'm sorry. And with this being not an open and shut case, man, it's also sad. It's also sad. The way the games are being played with the laws and shit like that, to where it can't be cut and dry to certain degrees. Like, we all know that anyone that's 31 years old is not allowed to sleep with anybody that's 13. We all know this. We all know this, people. This is not something that just came up yesterday. We didn't just make these this stigma, these laws and all this shit up, you know what I'm saying, in our sleep last night. I'm just saying. We all know this as adults. And for the laws to be so, wishy-washy to where they can't just get to the God's honest truth about it and just be truthful about what the actual situation is. But, hey, I guess that's neither here nor there.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
But it's a damn shame, though. It's a damn shame. We out here playing these games and stuff like that. And, if the shoe was on the other foot, we already know that this shit would be cut and fucking dry. It would be cut and dry. It would be cut and dry. But it is what it is, though, man. Hey, shout out to all my subscribers out there, man. Love to y'all, shout out to the lead attorney. Real talk. He's always bringing what we need to know from a legal standpoint. He doing it, you know what I'm saying? Hey, wow, it's crazy times we living in out here. Hey, protect yourself at all times. And like I always say about this time, that, my friends, is the bottom line.